Guys, welcome back to another fucking video. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Appreciate all the success that has been growing in this channel. I want to say that first. I want to get that out the way because you guys deserve it. These past few videos I put out there, guys, the channel has grown exponentially. I look at the small steps as small accomplishments, and it makes me happy that you guys are following suit. You guys are subscribing. You guys are commenting. And you guys are active. And I very much appreciate that, guys. I like having this Discord back and forth with you guys. And it's so fun. And I'm having a blast doing it. But yeah, I just want to say thank you. And I want to get that out the way first. So I appreciate all those who do it. So let's continue to rise. Let's continue to grind this shit. And let's keep this motherfucking train moving. On to the serious shit. A situation has happened and a situation has occurred quite recently, like a couple of days ago, involving Twitch superstar and hot tub mega streamer Amouranth. Okay? Apparently there has been some information that has basically leaked through regarding her personal life and what has been going on behind the scenes with that. Okay, Amouranth, the girl of you guys' dream, who been doing crazy shit and doing all of this stuff and getting up there and getting just sucking on a mic, licking on the mic, all that wild stuff, is apparently married. Yeah, she apparently got a dude. She got a whole dick at the house, right? A whole dick at the house. Whole dude on the side, right? Apparently, things aren't so, great in terms of their relationship. We're going to view these clips. If these clips are going to be uncomfortable for a lot of people, I suggest you could click off. I appreciate you stopping by. But if you got, if you don't give a fuck and you don't care and you good to go, you guys can come along with me down the rabbit hole as we do some investigating on our own. Because these type of situations, guys, I look at differently. I'm telling you that right now. So a lot of you might not like my take on it. You know what I mean? I go into my takes and I go into my opinions, because it's not facts, it's an opinion, and I can agree with that. It's an opinion. But I go with my opinion on the situation, on certain situations, and I kind of look at them for what they are or what they could be, and I kind of try to read between the lines a bit on a lot of stuff. So we're going to go into this and we're going to see what's actually going on, okay? I might say some stuff that's controversial, but, guess what? I don't give a fuck. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be reacting from the videos, because I know Jake from YouTube, Jake Lucky, he follows a lot of stream. He does very good content, extremely well good content. He's on Full Squad Gaming. Y'all check that out, Full Squad Gaming, and he does a lot of content in relation to gaming and streamers and stuff like that. He's really close and really tight knit in the space. So he's been covering this story and he's been posting the videos and the cuts and the clips of them, and we're just gonna react from his Twitter page of these, and we're just gonna see what's going on. We're gonna see some behind the scenes situation of what's actually happening. So let's get into it and let's see what's happening, right? Let's see what's going on.
Why did you say you were gonna kill my dogs?
Leave the house.
Okay, I can leave the. You know what? Actually, I shouldn't leave the house because my dogs are here.
We'll take the dogs and leave. You're asking the question, I'm telling you, and you're interrupting my fucking, telling you. Literally.
What are you saying? You just told me you were gonna kill dogs if I didn't do a 24-hour stream.
Nope, did not say that. Now you're just fucking being a liar.
I'm not
I said I'm going to tell you what I said in terms of the earlier. Are you saying you did not say that?
I tried to tell you what I heard from you. And then you called me a liar.
Then you tell me, what did you say?
What are you even talking about? You brought up the dogs out of nowhere.
Exactly.
Okay.
So what
I need you to get the fuck out.
Okay. All right. Okay. Why are you filming this? Why are you streaming it? Right? That's the first thing that's going through my mind. Like, why are you streaming this like that? And why do you keep looking up in the camera? Right? You know what I'm saying? It seems to me. Now, in situations like this, again, we don't know. We really don't know in situations like this. But the way that I'm kind of looking at this is, I'm just going to be perfectly honest with you. It's hard for me to believe this in relation to somebody who is doing what she's doing. When she rides the line and rides the line so well. And what I mean by rides the line is that we all fucking know that hot tub shit is very much riding the line of the terms of service. Very much so. As fucking adults, we know that you just sitting in a, which is really not even considered a hot tub. If we want to go by the classification of a hot tub, that's not a hot tub, right? It's a fucking inflatable pool where you're in your bikini just sitting in water and showing off your goods, your assets, and all that stuff, right? You're riding that line of the TOS pretty crazily, right? So for me, it's kind of hard for me to accept this as like, yo, what the fuck is going on, when you have people manipulating situations for your advantage. And I find it funny that we're streaming this. Why are we streaming this? Why are we even videotaping this? What is this? Right? Like, what is this spectacle? Why are we even doing this? Right? You know what I'm saying? Why are we doing this? You know, I don't get it. I don't get why we're doing this like that. I can understand if you're just recording it for like evidence purposes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just trying to get the evidence there to be able to present the evidence to the authorities, right? I get that. I can understand from that perspective. But why are you streaming this for thousands and thousands and thousands of people to see? Why? What's the point?
You know what
so this is apparently
I would lock
her.
my door, but he broke that too. So,
Best advice I can give
that was
during
the
my
day
divorce
that
my
he
grandma
fucking
gave.
took
This
the
too
phone
shall
from
pass.
Me, both phones from me. And so I ran in here to call the cops, and he literally kicked the door in and broke it. Like, this doesn't even have a hinge anymore. And then he also, another day, right when the SD Peach game, he was like trying to smash my phone against my computer, try to pull
Props
monster on my
bad
computer,
timing,
and then
but
took
I
the
need
fucking
$50,000.
thing. It took like one of the objects in my room. I think it was this, like one of the chairs or one of the tables, and like hit it against this wall and made this. This was my dog, but this was him. Just like throw stuff. Fucking water
No
bottles
one
and
should
shit,
be
just
putting hands
throws
on you
things,
in
and I'm
other
like,
than
"You
a
throw it at
loving
me." He's like, no, I
manner.
didn't. I threw it in your direction, but not at you, to the side of you. Didn't hit you. Wasn't trying to hit you. You're still.
Let me tell y'all something, man. Let me tell y'all some real truth here, man. Why are we showing the stream this? Like, why? That's the point I'm trying to make, guys. Just think about it. You just said you ran in there to try to call the cops. So this was a time. This is a past time, right? So you ran in there to try to call the cops. Why didn't you try to call the cops any other times afterwards? Right? He's clearly, based off what we just saw, he's clearly not there. So that means you could have called the cops then. You're showing video evidence of things that he has done, right? This is enough evidence to show to the cops, not to your stream. You just uttered the words that you tried to call the cops. Good for you. If this is a situation like that, good for you. That's the first thing you should do. Ladies, that's the first thing you guys should do. If this is actually happening to you, call the fucking cops. Let them know what's going on. Get that motherfucker out of there. So, by your admittance, you're saying that you tried to call the cops on him on a particular date, right? Why didn't you call the cops again? Why are you streaming this? Right? You kept this man a secret this whole time, all these years. Now all of a sudden you want to stream this now? Why? I ask obvious questions. I'm just not going to straight up see something and just take it at face value and just be like, oh, it is what it is. Okay. Because it's not really, to me, making sense. I'm just breaking it down and I'm just saying and verbalizing what a lot of people are saying. If this is the case and we have this type of abuse being done, you absolutely need to call the cops and you need to get the fuck up out of there. By her admittance, she just admitted she tried to call the cops. And he broke the door down and came in and did all of this and, you know what I mean? Whatever. He wasn't there on that call then. Why didn't you call the cops and show them this evidence of this video? You're releasing this stuff to your stream. You're showing your stream this. Because those little notifications, those are from your stream. Why are you streaming this? If this is that much of a life or death situation to where you considered yourself to need to call the cops, and this has been an ongoing thing, you need to continue that process of calling the cops. But instead you want to stream it. Why? This is why people are saying, like, man, it's that stage. That's why there's people coming out saying that it's staged. Because the actions don't correlate to what's happening. You see what I mean? Like, they don't correlate. They don't go together. That's why it's odd. That's why it's funky to people. Because they're not correlating together. They're like, well, this doesn't make any sense. And I'm just pointing out obvious things that people are thinking. That's why they're saying that. I will reiterate. If this is happening to you, ladies or guys, call the cops. Absolutely, get the cops out there. Get the law out there. You have the video evidence. Clearly, you got the video evidence. You're showing it to your stream. Call the law. Why are we showing the stream? Why are we advertising it to the world? Hey, guys, I get mentally and verbally abused. Hey, that's what it looks like. That's why people are saying it looks staged. It looks like a staged spectacle because you're making it that way. If this was something that was clearly being done to you personally, get the law involved. Get the cops involved. Get the cops involved.
Cameraman,
Okay.
like, we're in the house now. It's like, the next time.
So
when
these
I say
are
plan,
apparently
do it. Dumb fuck, do you understand?
These are apparently text messages from him as well.
Like, what planning talking about? It's like, fuck this, I'm calling you. So I disappeared from stream. Take the call. So I can't, and tell them I can't talk right now. We're getting Wi-Fi. I don't care. You get the call now. Last chance. About to dump your luggage. You know, from my hotel room. But throwing your stupid merch off the balcony. Proceeding to ditch your stuff. You don't need the makeup or the live view, like the stream epic, or the clothes, huh? Deleting social media in 1 minute. Buying options that expire and blasting the cash. About to shut down your bank account too. Lag is terrible. Stream is garbage. It's like, about to delete Twitter in 30 seconds. If you don't call me, your phone's literally off, right? I'm just like, it literally died. Gonna donate $250,000 to Polo Missy. It's like a bird sanctuary he likes. In the next 2 minutes, $250K gone. Well, don't.
Okay. So those are his text messages that he got. Okay. It looks like one of her friends had called the cops. Another streamer by the name of Alinity apparently called the cops, and I guess this is her take on the situation here of what happened and what's going on, because it says basically that police were not allowed to disclose any information to Alinity on Amouranth's safety or the situation.
I woke up this morning and I saw this stuff on LSF, and I got a little concerned about Ammo.
Okay.
I tried reaching her out and I couldn't reach her out. So I did a welfare check on her, and the police can't tell me anything about whether or not she's okay, and that's literally all I can do. I would like to hear from her. I would really like that. That's it. That's really. I will come.
Okay. All right. So she apparently called the cops for her to check on her, but they couldn't disclose any information to her regarding what was going on. I get sometimes it's I get that sometimes that is protocol, and they just can't really just say certain things or just give out information, especially pertaining to certain situations. So I get that to a degree. So that's not anything abnormal. Mars, the real Mars bar, he put a quote here saying that the latest update on Kat and Amouranth, people on the team were able to talk to her and she says she's fine. Police went multiple times since 5 a.m. yesterday. She says she's okay, so they can't do much. She spent all day talking to her husband to sort things out. Not sure what else we can do right now. Okay, so she spent all day talking to him. Apparently they sorted things out and they did all that and stuff like that. So that's that with that one. Amouranth put, someone called cops, be back later. This was when her little cryptic thing, her cryptic stream, she was about to go live and then just put that and said someone called cops, be back later. I'm pointing out why people felt the need to say that this was staged. And I can understand from their perspective as to why they're saying that. Because why is somebody else calling the cops? Why are you not calling the cops? Again, you just admitted that you tried to call cops before. We don't know when, but you just said you tried to call the cops before. Okay? He has to go to work. He's not keeping you captive. He's not showing you, you're not chained up to a fence somewhere, you know what I mean? Like in some captive cage. So that means that he's leaving the house. He's taking care of whatever he's taking care of. At that time, all the evidence that you've had, apparently that you were able to show to your stream and your people, you could have shown that to the cops. And you put here, someone called the cops. Why didn't you call the cops? So this is why people are saying what they're saying. These are the reasons as to why people are thinking that the situation was staged. Because, again, the actions do not align with what the scenario is. That's why they're saying that. That's why it seems weird. I listen very well. I listen very well to what people are saying. And for me, I heard specifically that she said she tried to call the cops before. Right? If you made it to that point to where you were going to call the cops on someone that is mentally abusing you verbally, even physically, if you've gotten to that point to where that's what they're doing, and that means that calling the cops, that means you've made it to the point of, you know what, I'm getting the fuck up out of here. I need to call the cops. I need to get these motherfuckers up out of here, right? You didn't call them anymore, right? But you felt the need to post it to social media and show the world. That's why people are saying that's iffy, that's weird. That doesn't make sense. That's why. Jake put, Amouranth has gone live to explain her situation. Seems her and her partner have split or trying to, and he is seeking help. She is seeking both legal and emotional counsel. She has also regained control of all her social media accounts again.
And I think that when he heard himself on that call, it really sunk in how much of an asshole he is. So you never fucking realized, idiot. Anyways. So as of today, though, I have access to all of my accounts and finances again. He's not here. He's getting help. And I'm seeking legal and emotional counsel. I'm like, do I drink? Do I stay hydrated? I don't know which one right now.
But yeah, I've had a lot of people reach out that offer their help and support, including like legal help, places to stay, etc. So I really appreciate that. Thank you. And I think that when he hurt himself on that call, it really...
Guys, I'm just stating the obvious, man. I'm just stating the obvious. I'm stating what people are thinking. Like, people are really, a lot of people are thinking this. And I'm going to tell you why a lot of people are thinking this. I'm going to show you why a lot of people are thinking this. Keemstar is a pretty big person on the platform here. And Jake said, reminder that for every Amouranth situation, there are somehow people like Keemstar who downplay an abusive situation and somehow try to put it back on the victim. Fucking weirdo. I don't think, that's what I'm saying. I'm not thinking that. So here he said, clearly husband is abusing. She showed the text. But Amouranth herself has scammed so many guys online claiming she was single for years. These Twitch streamers don't care about their viewers. They all just use you and your low IQs to fill their pockets. Okay. Very, very powerful words, right? But I can see the point he's trying to make. And it's not that he's putting it back on the abuser. What he's doing is he's just calling out the obvious factoids that can't be ignored. You know, it just cannot be ignored. We cannot allow somebody to make an emotional play and then automatically just straight up say, you know, that's just factual truth and this, and that, right? We don't know all the facts. We don't know what's going on. Again, my biggest takeaway from it is, why are you streaming this? Why are you on streaming this? Again, as she said prior to, you made up your mind before to call the cops. So you could have called the cops anytime after all of that. But you didn't. You didn't call the cops. Instead, you did put everything out on social media. And then the very next day, you're like, because I hurt myself on the phone, now I want to go get some help and shit. Right? So here's something else. Said the rest is really tough to watch. She has been stating all of the things she's finally had the freedom to do again. Watch TV, not wear cleavage, finally sleep 8 hours a night, etc.
I feel like he's just out of line right now after the way he acted at the convention. He has known me longer than anyone on my staff, so I don't like that he's labeling other people as enablers. Because he's known about the situation for so long. It just feels really, really weird. Really sus. Because I feel like...
He's really sus. So, apparently, this is... lastly, she says she doesn't approve of her now former cameraman and content lead speaking out for her on social media, claiming he knew about the situation for a while and did nothing. Hold up, what? Speaking out for her? So he was speaking out on her behalf, and she's saying that he knew about it for a while, so why is he just now saying something? Okay, it's not up to him to say anything. It's not up to him to say anything. That's the point. It's not up for him to say anything. He intended on you being the person to do it. Because you initially wanted to call the cops prior to. So he initially thought you were going to take a stand to do that if this situation was actually going on, right? So he doesn't want to jump into that and get involved in domestic situations. A lot of people don't want to do that. And I can't blame him for that. But now that it's out there, he spoke up for you, according to what he said, spoke up for you because it's out there now. So now it's out there for the world to see. So now he can make claims and say whatever it is that need to be done, right? Because you kept it from the world. How are you going to get on to him saying that it's sus if he already knew about the situation and it just seems sus? But we didn't know you had a husband until 2 or 3 days ago. Nobody knew. So, again, this is what we're talking about. This is what a lot of people are talking about. That's why it seems staged. It seems weird because things aren't adding up. You're blaming him or your cameraman for not speaking up, apparently, but everything was hush hush anyway. Everything was hush hush anyway. You didn't even tell anybody you had a husband. So how was he supposed to say anything or do anything? Right? Yeah, he could have probably called the cops. But then what would have happened when they came? Would you have turned them away? Would you have told him to get out of your business? Would you have fired him? There's a lot of things going through that. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what it's like. How are you going to get on to him saying of not reporting it, but you never said anything about you having a goddamn relationship? Again, that's the story that's going on. There was a whole situation like that happening with her. There's probably more information that I'm probably leaving out, but I didn't really go do. I might do a follow-up video for this and go into it a little bit more. But the thing is what I want to take away and what I want to point out is two takeaways from this, from what I'm just putting out here. I want y'all to take away two things. One, if this is happening to anybody, female, male, whatever, call the cops. Go to the cops. Get out of that situation. There's no reason for you guys to try to tough it out. There's no reason for you guys to try to think somebody's going to change. Especially if people are of a certain age, you got to understand. When you're of a certain age, that is who you are going to be for the rest of your life. Can people change? Yes. But will they change? Probably not. You have to accept that uncomfortable reality and that uncomfortable truth. That if this is how they are and this thing has consistently persisted, they're not going to change. And the best way for them to change is for them to go seek help or whatever. But sometimes you're going to have to be the one that's going to have to push them in that direction by involving the law or by involving the proper authorities, right? So in situations like that, guys, first thing, like I said, the takeaway is that you guys need to call the cops and get them involved immediately. Don't try to be a superhero, okay? Second takeaway from this is I'm only pointing out, I'm going to play devil's advocate. Sometimes I'm going to play devil's advocate because the reason I play devil's advocate for the most part is because I want people to look at it from multiple points of view. I don't want people to just go into something and something just happened and you not understand the situation, right? Prime example, I don't want somebody to come into a room, see somebody hurt on the ground and somebody standing over them and have a bat in their hand or whatever, and then you automatically just say, oh, they hurt that person, without knowing the full context and not understanding the full story that encompasses, right? I am saying the things that I'm saying because I want people to see from a different perspective, right? I want people to look at it and say, oh, yeah, that is true. Because to me, I find it funny that you didn't call the cops. You said you priorly tried to call the cops. It's not like you're there all the time. If you have such a mounting evidence as you did have, apparently all these text messages, all this harassment messages, all of this stuff, you have all of that. And let's just be realistic here. The legal system is wired to benefit the woman majority of the time. So it'd be easy for you to call it Splitsville, or it'd be easy for you to get a divorce. It'd be easy for you to prove that this is that and have the legal people involved. You have enough money to do so. You're a millionaire. You have enough money to do so, especially with evidence that you had and that you presented. You have the evidence to back you up fully to make all of that. Now all of a sudden you're going legal counsel and you're getting the help needed after you post it to social media. That's just why people are questioning the legitimacy of it, because it looks like a spectacle. I'm going to stand over here on devil's advocate side, and I want people to see that. That's why people are saying that. So people who are automatically jumping down the throats of folks who are like, oh, you're supporting the abuse of this person and doing all this, and you just support that. Nobody never said that. You guys need to listen to the words that are coming out of these people's mouths, and you need to read and comprehend what they're saying. They're not saying that they support people to do this. Hence, go to the police, right? What they are saying is that it looks weird and it makes it look like a spectacle because of the way that you're doing and going about it. You're presenting it to the world in a social movie-like thing scenario where you're like giving cryptic messages like, oh, cops are here. Someone called the cops. I'll be back. Then you disappear for hours and not say nothing to nobody. Then you come back and you're just like, yeah, guys, all is well. And it, like, oh, a hero swung in and saved the day. It's very movie spectacle-ish. This is why people are skeptical. Because they're like, whoa, wait a minute, right? We have to point out the facts, guys. We just can't go into things and just automatically just be like, oh, yep, that's what it is. Yep, no questions asked. That's exactly what it is. This is why people are saying that because of the points that I've made. This is why. Understand that this is why. If this situation and everything that was happening to her, I wish her the best. I hope that she can learn from this situation and not get involved in people like this and actually take control of her life. I hope everything works out for her. But all I'm doing is pointing out why people are saying the things that they're saying and why people are kind of not along with this. Because we're looking at it, they're looking at it from the standpoint of, yeah, and then there people might end up asking the question, well, what does she get out of posting this to social media? She gets incentive. She gets monetized incentive. Because if I just look, she had 55,000 people in her stream. That's a lot of motherfuckers. And I don't remember the time she's had 55,000 people concurrently watching her shit. It's definitely a monetary gain off of that. So let's not act like there's no incentive to do what she did, right? To make it like a spectacle. So that's why people are on that side. But again, as I said, guys, the biggest takeaway is if this is happening to you and things of that nature, take a page out of the book of calling the authorities. Make sure that the right people are involved. Make sure that you get this taken care of because there's no reason for anybody to treat anybody that way and talking them down to somebody and making them feel worthless. You know what I mean? Whether it's mentally or it's physically. Y'all get the right people involved. Get the evidence. Excuse me. Present the evidence and get the fuck out of there. That's what I say. But guys, if more comes up on this, I will do a follow-up video. But for now, this is what I think. I think it's going to end here. But I might do a touch-up video. Who knows? I don't know. But guys, I appreciate you guys. Again, if you guys, I want to hear your comments down below. I want to hear what you guys think. I want y'all to have some intelligent conversation in here. You know what I'm saying? And understand where that people are coming from on that end. As well as those who definitely are on the right side of things in terms of saying, hey, look, call the cops, right? Because that's what I believe in too. So I want y'all comments down below. Let me know what you think of the situation. And yeah, we're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it pushing. Appreciate you guys. Let's get it. I'm out.